Hi, welcome back to West Coast Geeks. I'm your host, Joaquin. How we doing, people? So today's episode is using the terrain that you bought. So I bought the dungeon tiles and the forest to help you create an interesting scenario in your adventures or modules. And in this case, it's the Lost Mine of Phandelver. Spoiler alert, if you plan on being a player, you should just stop this video and move on to something else because all you're doing is just ruining the surprise for yourself. So now that that disclaimer has been mentioned, for those DMs or people who just are not going to play Lost Mines because they no longer are playing first level characters and don't think that they're ever going to play the Lost Mine, welcome. So the Lost Mine of Phandelver, there is a section where the characters have an opportunity to meet a green dragon. So in the ruins of the Thunder Tree, so right here you have this tower and another building connected to it. Now I'm going to give an aerial view of what I've shown, but basically I was able to find a tower piece that is close to what they're describing here. And by using these tiles, I was able to make the square building that you would just put the lines over there and say it's part of one building. So this part broken up wouldn't be there. And so when you use these type of tiles, you don't have to cover up everything, right? So you could have them wandering through the path, and then when they come upon this area over here, you have these tiles already listed in a bag, ready to go. And you tell them this is what you see. You see this building, the lines connect here, it's connected to a tower. And what I like about the size of these figures is the new proportionate they're showing to, in this case, I brought a young green dragon because that's part of the module or the adventure. And my goal is to eventually buy all the creatures or get as close as I can to all the creatures and monsters that are in this adventure. So when I run it for my nephew, who's never played D&D in about 6 months, and I'm heading back down to Southern California because right now I'm up here in not northern Washington. I'm up here in Linwood, Washington, which is close by Seattle. I plan on playing D&D, introducing to him to Dungeons & Dragons for the first time. And my goal is to, like I said, have all the models, have everything ready, so when me and him play, this will be his first experience. For others, this is just an opportunity for you to give you some ideas. How do you just want to spruce up your game? So I've already opened it partially. And this is produced by WoodKids. It's unpainted. You know, you can pick these up for $16 plus tax, plus shipping, wherever you buy it from. And this is what you get. So it's pretty simple. Okay, so I'll show you the model. Put that away. Comes with a base. And what I like about these bases are, so they have the clear, so that way some of these you can just stick right in there and you don't initially need the glue. I mean, it does help to glue it. And this is probably going to be one of those situations because it seems like it wants to go like that. Okay, so it does work. So this is the young green dragon. So when they come to this part of the adventure, really it's recommended that they should probably be at least second. Third would help a lot because a young dragon to a party at first level is most likely going to kill them all. Or at least one shot a couple of of them. So you have your players, right? Your player characters, typical player characters. Let me push this back. And you see the size difference right away. So this is a young dragon, and already, you know, it's towering over them. And for me, this just adds an extra excitement to the game in a sense, because they, you know, you have your party and they're slowly making their way to the tower, you know, kind of cautious. And then you describe, you see a shadow come over you, you know, and you could actually just do it like this. See how that effect? And as you look up, they see the green dragon. You're like, oh, damn, this is going to get real now. So while I'm doing the close-up, it gives you a chance to see the detail. Most of these models now, you don't have to primer them, which is great, so you can just paint directly. And I'm going to start learning how to paint these figures correctly, and I'll eventually be doing videos on that. But, you know, look at these details. Right in the mouth, everything. It's just nice. So to have this model, it's going to come down, and depending on how you want to do it, if the dragon hears them, he is most likely going to fly out of the tower to attack them. But if for some reason the party is cautious and able to sneak up on him, they would find him here in the tower. So let's say they're able to come into this room, and in this room, you would describe to them the room, and there'd be another door, and so far they would not know about the dragon. Actually, let me put this up now so you can get the aerial view I was talking about. And I just put the tree there, and as you can see right here on the map, it's a lot of forest area. So I was able to use these tiles to give a general idea, and this right here is just to show that there's a little bit of a gap into the thick forest. So when they first come upon this, they wouldn't notice this, and depending on if they don't wake up the dragon or they're able to sneak up on the dragon, they don't know that there's a door here until they enter. And when they come in, this is going to be all a crumbled staircase, just like it shows right here. And all that staircase would do would be leading up to the tower, which is busted out for the most part. So if they were to come in here and sneak up on the dragon, you would describe the dragon in the room and let the fun begin. So there are many options you can do with these tiles. And if you've seen the videos I had before about the forest and the dungeon, is the reason why I recommend getting these, is just to add to that final boss fight or to an interesting scenario which can arise. And that's why I bought these, you know, just to add a little bit more realism to the game, just to have my players have a better understanding of the terrain that they can use or what's around, than just drawing out, you know, a bunch of squares and circles and maybe drawing out where the trees are, which is all fine. You can do that, but this to me it's just nice. It's a nice little upgrade, as to speak. So that will do it. I don't really want to go into the scenario that much. I mean, as a DM, it's up to you. The dragon could be there. He could be hunting. You could have the dragon sleeping. It all depends on how much noise they made coming into there, what's going on, what type, if is it daytime, is it nighttime? You know, a lot of other factors go into how they will encounter this dragon. But for first-time players, playing D&D to meet a dragon, a young dragon, is like, whoa, that's pretty cool. Because when I played the game, we didn't have these type of models. We had to use our imagination, and only the pictures that you've seen from the monster manuals or other pictures if you were fortunate enough to have art books of dragons. So here at Round the Table, located in Linwood, Washington, I asked to borrow this model. Now this is made by Pathfinder's Battles. It's deep cut. So this is to show a gargantuan green dragon. Get all this stuff out of the way. So I haven't bought this baby yet, but that's to show you when eventually your party raises up in level, they will be fighting a big dragon. Now, again, look at the size, because it's not up on its mount, and it looks like it's just on the ground. But this is what I like, the scale that they're actually doing compared to the miniatures. So you know when that claw's coming down and you have your fighter raising up his shield, he's like, oh, help me. That this is going to be a battle. As opposed to, and that's how it looks when you have somebody professionally paint it. So, this is the type of job where for new people, I know it seems like a lot of detail, but it's not. I mean, there's a lot more they could really do to this, but it's just to show you an example of where you can take it. And the price on this is $34, so like roughly a little bit over 40, probably, or around 40 with taxes. Same thing if you'd buy it with shipping. But the only thing now is when you're buying it online, especially from like eBay, you're paying shipping plus taxes. So if you can, support your local gaming store. But this is a cool figure. I want to thank Tim for letting me show this to you guys. Let me see if I can get a little close up. And eventually I will be getting this because I have a green dragon, so I might as well have the gargantuan. And I'll be looking for the whelp dragon for those players that sometimes find a smaller dragon. So that will do it in this week's edition of, upgrading. I don't know what I'm going to call this segment, but basically improving your scenarios with models. That's still not a good title. So leave a comment below, and don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the content. And if you're new to the channel, hello, hit the subscribe button. Just know that I'm going to be doing Dungeons & Dragons and other RPG topics on the weekends. And during the middle of the week is more of Magic the Gathering and other pop culture. Hence the name, West Coast Geeks. All right, people. Catch you later.